Silver Gulch Territory, 1884. The dress she wore had once been admired. It was soft lavender muslin with delicate lace at the collar, purchased 4 years ago for a spring recital in Philadelphia, where her father had proudly introduced her as "my brilliant girl." Back then it had fit her perfectly. Back then she had been Evelyn Harper, daughter of Judge Nathaniel Harper, raised among bookshelves and piano music, accustomed to ink-stained fingers and thoughtful debate over supper. Now the fabric hung loose on her thinner frame. The lace was frayed, mud stained the hem, and Evelyn stood on a raised timber platform in the center of Silver Gulch, staring at a crowd of strangers while trying to remember the sound of her own name. To them, she was simply Lot Number 9. The man conducting the sale, a sharp-nosed fellow named Augustus Pike, flipped through his ledger without looking at her. To him, she was inventory, another woman displaced by circumstance, another body to barter in a territory where wives were scarce and hardship was plentiful. Lot Number 9, Pike announced loudly. Evelyn Harper, 23, educated, literate, capable of household management and child instruction. No dowry, no prior marriage. A murmur rippled through the gathered men, miners, cattlemen, freight drivers, men who assessed her with calculating eyes. Evelyn lifted her chin. If she must stand here like livestock, she would not tremble. Her father had taught her better. He had told her that dignity was not granted by circumstance, it was claimed. He had died when she was 16. Her mother followed soon after, and the relatives who had once praised her accomplishments quickly decided she was an inconvenience. An aunt shipped her west for opportunity. Opportunity proved to mean survival. When the matrimonial bureau found her working in a laundry shed behind a boarding house, they offered warmth and food in exchange for participation. It was not the future she envisioned, but it was a future. The bidding began at $50. A miner with broken fingernails offered $60. A rancher with narrow eyes said $80. The numbers climbed. 100. 120. The crowd shifted suddenly, not with excitement, with apprehension. A path opened through the gathering men. Evelyn followed their gaze and saw him. He stood taller than most by half a head, broad-shouldered, dark coat dusted with travel, hair longer than fashion allowed, a beard streaked faintly with silver. His presence altered the air. Jonah Blackwood, someone whispered, thought he never came down from the high country anymore. He stopped before the platform. He did not look at the auctioneer. He looked at Evelyn, not hungrily, not triumphantly, but thoughtfully. 150, he said quietly. His voice did not rise. It did not need to. Silence fell. No one challenged him. The hammer struck wood. Sold. The word echoed. Sold. Jonah stepped forward and handed Pike a small leather pouch. Her travel things, he said. She has none, Pike replied with a shrug. Jonah nodded once. Then he looked at Evelyn. Can you ride? Yes. Good. He turned. She followed. The ride. His horse was massive and coal-dark. He lifted her effortlessly into the saddle. She braced instinctively as he mounted behind her. Hold steady, he said. They rode from Silver Gulch without ceremony. The plains gave way to timber. The timber gave way to rising hills. Hours passed before she spoke. Why? His jaw tightened slightly. My sister's boy, he said. 7 years old. Needs teaching. Relief washed through her. You bought me for him. Yes. And if I refuse? He paused. You will not. It was not threat. It was certainty. Night fell. They stopped beside a stream. He built a fire swiftly. She watched his movements. Efficient, practiced, careful. Do you regret it? He asked suddenly. Being sold? She answered calmly. I regret many things. This is simply the newest. He studied her face. You are not frightened. I am exhausted, she corrected softly. It is different. For the first time, the corner of his mouth twitched. Sleep, he said. The cabin in Pine Hollow. The valley was hidden between ridges. A log cabin stood near a creek. Smoke drifted from the chimney. A boy waited in the doorway. He was thin, dark-haired. Too serious for 7. That's Caleb, Jonah said quietly. The tone in his voice shifted, gentler. The boy watched Evelyn warily. She knelt slowly. Hello, Caleb. He clutched a carved wooden horse. My mom made it, he said. Evelyn felt something inside her tighten. She must have loved you very much. He nodded solemnly. She's gone. I know, Evelyn said softly. So are my parents. His eyes widened. Does it stop hurting? Not entirely, she answered honestly. But it becomes something you can carry. After a moment, he extended the wooden horse to her. She accepted it carefully. And just like that, something fragile began. The books. Inside the cabin, she found more than she expected. A sturdy hearth, well-kept tools, and shelves of books. Greek tragedies, legal volumes, poetry. You read these? She asked Jonah. When sleep refuses me. You studied law. He glanced at her sharply. How do you know? Your books tell me. He said nothing. But something flickered in his expression. The secret. Weeks passed. She taught Caleb letters, numbers, stories. He began laughing again. Jonah watched quietly. One evening, snowstorm winds rattled the shutters. Jonah spoke at last. I was accused of killing a man, he said. Evelyn looked up. I did not. His eyes were steady. I believe you, she said without hesitation. He seemed startled. Why? Because liars explain too much. You do not. The storm trapped them inside for 3 days. And in that time, truth unfolded. The dead man had been a business partner. A corrupt land dispute. Witnesses silenced. Jonah had fled rather than hang. My sister discovered something, he said. A journal, proof. And where is it? At the old ranch near Cedar Bluff. Evelyn closed her book slowly. Then we retrieve it. It is dangerous. So was standing on that platform. He stepped closer. You would risk this? For Caleb, she said. And for you. Silence stretched. Then he whispered. No one has ever stood beside me. I am not no one. Something shifted between them. Unspoken. Powerful. The confession. The night before they left for Cedar Bluff, Caleb slept soundly. Jonah and Evelyn sat near the hearth. If something happens tomorrow, he said quietly, I must say this now. Her heart pounded. I care for you, he continued. More than I intended. She reached for his hand. I know. And you? Yes, she whispered. He kissed her slowly, carefully, as if unsure she was real. When they parted, the world felt different. After this, he said, I will ask you properly, and I will answer properly. Toward the truth, they rode at dawn. Toward Cedar Bluff. Toward confrontation. Toward justice buried 8 years deep. And neither knew that by nightfall, everything would change. What began as a sail on a wooden platform became something far greater. Not ownership. Not obligation. But choice. And sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is choose to stay. If this story moved you, like the video, share it with someone who believes in second chances. And subscribe U.S. Wild West love story of courage, love, and redemption. Out here in the high country, every heart carries a story, and every story deserves to be told.